Yeah, so how would I know that is not the one with the chemicals on it?
What's going on is?
Did you tell anybody in the house?
No,
Then suppose somebody uses that sponge then.
it's on.
I told Dimar, why you told Dimar also?
Because he asked.
And he wants to come and ask you, that means which is the right sponge.
There's two different sponges.
Yeah, so who would know? You would know? If
I
there are
don't
two
even
sponges,
know
which sponge you would pick up and use?
If that's the only one to wash dishes, it looks like.
If there are
Where
two
I'm
sponges kept
standing.
here, you would just use a sponge right there.
Yeah, what's on
How would
there?
anyone know?
I still don't know.
That's the old sponge?
Yeah, so who would know? I would think the old sponge you would do for chemicals. Any logical person would use the old sponge and keep it aside and bring a new sponge out for other things. Not bring out a new sponge just for chemicals.
Okay, what's happening?
So he's mad because I put a new sponge out for cleaning the chemicals. Then he's mad because I didn't tell anyone in the house that that sponge right there was for chemicals. And he's upset that he could have used that sponge. And now...
Am I wrong in saying? Am I upset about it? No.
She sounds like she thinks you're wrong.
So then also, Demar came to ask me which one is there. So which sponge is mine?
Yeah, so he doesn't die.
So then that's the old sponge.
Yeah, so it's an old sponge. I would think if somebody uses the old sponge for the chemicals and bring out a new sponge.
So that,
How-
yeah. Go ahead.
Why would anyone bring out a new sponge for chemicals? Are we using chemicals so much in the house that we need a special sponge for that? You would use the old sponge, right? For the thing, what you use, the wax, you use the old sponge, right? And got a new sponge.
When
Yeah.
we get a new sponge and it's left out for people to use, we all gravitate to the new sponge and assume the old sponge is no more. So which one has chemicals on it that's
The
out?
new one.
Okay, why is it out for everybody though? Why isn't it like below the sink where the chemicals go?
I just put it away from the sink because of the cleaning stuff yesterday and the chemicals.
So is it wet still? Is that what you're saying or what?
I don't know if it's wet still. I just checked it.
So you could have squeezed it out and put it down below the sink like the rest
Why
of
at
us
least tell
do?
everybody in the house, this is what has happened over here. Be aware, this is there.
Yeah.
You can at least tell somebody in the house, to somebody who's living with you in the house. How would people know what is happening in the house?
So tell me this is not intentional because the police officer just left. He tried to be kind and do kind of a therapy thing with you.
It's been that since yesterday. So.
And you've had your body to move around. You're an able-bodied person. This apartment, not so big, right? 2-bedroom. So you would be able to grab the sponge, squeeze it out, and put it away anytime that you've been up to use the washroom, to move your body for anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So why do you still not think you're in the wrong?
Because also, if you guys want us to know, you could have asked like tomorrow.
Why would I ask?
Nobody would
Why
ask
would
you.
I ask you? Why it's not your responsibility to tell? I can't understand.
It's a chemical. Chemicals are real. Chemicals harm people. You've tried to poison me several times now, and this was something you put out on the floor. We're trying to move past it because the police officer came and left. But you're telling me you don't think this is intentional at this point.
That day I did the electrical stuff, right? It was open wires. Anybody logical would know not to touch the wires. Still I went to the whole house and told everybody, don't touch the wires. Why I told? Because my responsibility, because I've opened the wires and kept over there, I should tell everybody that is a live wire, don't touch it. I assume everybody will have common sense to know that is a live wire and not touch it. Why did I go around the house and tell everybody?
So then you know.
Yeah, so that same way this also applies. Because it's something that can harm somebody. You go around the house and tell, okay, this is something that's there and that. Please don't use it.
On your plates where your food goes. At this point, she's almost 12 years old. You have to say to yourself, okay, maybe we can't say everything's an accident that she does, right? Like, why would you put that up there? You know, you've been part of the family for 8 years. You know how things go.
It's also on opposite sides where we put our cleaning stuff. I mean,
Don't justify it, Kanaya.
Cleaning stuff's down below,
Don't
honey.
justify it. Please don't justify it. I'll get more angry with you, okay? Stop justifying it.
The cleaning stuff is down below where it's all kept underneath this sink and the washroom sink. So why would you put the sponge in the system we always use? I'm not going to say it again. What was the thinking? And pause if you need to, because I'm looking for you to be honest.
I just...
You don't care if something happens to us with chemicals?
That's not it. You guys just assume that I don't care, but I do care.
Because-
I just tell you that I don't care because that's what you want to hear.
I don't want to hear that.
That's what you guys assume. That's why I say it. Half the stuff I tell you guys isn't even true.
Then you wouldn't do all the crimes you do and we wouldn't have police every week, honey. No, I don't want this for my life. I don't want children who are criminals, who I don't feel safe around ever. Never, ever. I have nightmares about you guys. This is not what I want, right? So don't cry and try to get out of things like you do for literally everybody.
Right now, even if I don't want to believe you that you're killing somebody or something, even it's common sense you should tell this, right, Kanaya? Forget about anything else. Just for common sense, I should go and tell everybody, isn't that correct? Or is that wrong? My expectation is wrong from you. Even if you have not done anything ever in the past, okay? Nothing you have done in the past, you have not chemicalized anybody or anything, then also I would have shouted at you for this. Understand? Because it's common sense, you have to tell somebody that there's chemicals in that thing. How would I know that is in? I would gravitate towards the new one, right? Since it's new. I think okay that I won't use the old one, I'll use a new one. It's kept over there, maybe they're starting to use the
Because
new
that's
one.
always been the system that we've had.
They didn't forget to throw the old one, probably they're starting to use a new one. Won't I think about that? So many things I can think about, right? Forget all the things you've done in the past, okay? And this is just common sense.
All the
should
chemical
know.
things, specific to chemicals with
Yeah.
you.
Even otherwise, common sense doesn't govern that you have to tell this to somebody. Like if it is poisonous, why shouldn't you tell people don't use this on your vessels, on the plates and stuff? Tell me, is it wrong for me to ask you? Have expectation that much from you? Can I?
No.
Then forget about killing and evil. With common sense, this is there. You have to tell somebody.
But the thing is, she's very smart. The things she's done in the past were very calculated in her friend group to blackmail people and all that. She knows what she's doing. It's because she looks young and she's 11 years old, almost 12, that everyone's like, oh, maybe it's an accident. No, like, no one's going to take things seriously until she actually kills one of us. Like, I'm serious. And why are you crying or fake crying about things? Everything that I've spent like 3 hours a day just talking with you and being with you, like every single day, right? And we get through your regular baloney, and then we get to your other stuff and how you actually feel. And other people exist. So my life, as a 33-year-old person, I don't want this for my life every day. I don't want this. And every day, you do a crime, and no one does anything about it. And I document, and I call police to get it documented, and nothing ever happens. So please, stop with the baloney of crying and trying to get out of things. You do such criminal level behaviors that if you were an adult, you would be in prison. So please, don't do the crying. You take so many hours out of my day every day.
In your mind, if you're thinking that you're not doing anything wrong,
She is, obviously.
okay, then at least start using your common sense, I would say, okay? Just evaluating things and asking questions. If you think that I don't know, I can't make judgments right now, maybe I should ask people, then ask people questions, okay? So everything you're doing, if you want to make double sure things, don't do anything without asking questions. Understand? If you don't want to get in trouble.
That's what she's always told.
Huh?
This is all repeat of everything for years.
Ask questions, ask me questions, ask mom questions, ask anybody the question. Is this right what I'm doing? What should I do next?
Pause and
Go
wait
and
and
ask
ask,
questions, okay? Just ask questions for everything if you have doubts.
But then that's
Please.
new. That's why I'm literally saying that, like, let's get to the point of it. What did you think would come of this? Like, I couldn't imagine putting poison chemicals on a food sponge people use for their dishes. So what did you think would happen?
Nothing.
Why wouldn't anything happen if you're the only one who knew?
Because I thought people were going to come ask me to.
Why would we ask what sponge to use when you put the poison sponge in place of the regular sponge?
No, I didn't. That sponge there. That sponge on the other side.
Why would they be in the sink?
Is
The
there a
sink
side?
here.
Are we following sides? I don't think so. You're following sides. Anybody keeps anything anywhere. Oh yeah. Okay. We're not following on sides. I don't think this house is so organized that people are following sides over here. Okay.
I mean, I do try to pick up during the day when you guys aren't here.
Yeah, but are you like this is a side for the sponge?
No, it always ends up back this way.
Yeah. So, any of this, you know a spot for the sponge? Do you always keep the sponge over there?
I tried to. Or
Uh-huh.
I tried to keep it over there.
Okay.
We tried to only keep one good sponge out, so by the time we bring out another one, that last one must be nasty, which says the newer sponge would get used. I just wish you could be real sometimes, and not to spend like an hour
First of all,
digging into
admit
your
there's a
head.
mistake, which you're not trying to do right now. You're just trying to justify yourself. Admit there's a mistake at some level you have done. You're not admitting that also. You're like still justifying yourself like, oh, everything that I did was right. You still don't feel there's a mistake over here?
I do.
You shouldn't have gone around the house and told everybody that this is what has happened. Please be aware of this.
And then you were talking about like how you want to spend more time together and have like lovey time when I'm already spending like 3 hours a day on average just talking to you through your behaviors. I was just thinking it's my room, like I don't have any energy left. There's nothing left of me when I'm constantly sorting through your behaviors of unsafety every single day. I don't have anything left to give you. Like we just cuddled on the sofa after the police officer left. And you told me you couldn't feel the feeling of love. So I told you to redefine it, and we'll start naming it when we're doing loving things. But it is hard to physically want to be around someone who keeps trying to take you out and cuddle with them, right? I don't feel it. I do not believe this was an accident or mistake. It literally follows trying to poison the house and the dog. So that's where I stand. You can admit it or not.